Before we talk about the upcoming shows for you this week,
Yeah.
let's have another song if you don't mind.
Okay.
Ashley
Well-
Heath here, by the way, if you're just tuning in.
So I played 2 pretty serious tunes, right? And here lately, I have been playing a lot of solo stuff, and it's been more songwriting, singer kind of stuff. And I also like to write some silly songs. And so this song is called Walkin' the Line for You, and I was just thinking about that, like Johnny Cash tune, you know. And I was thinking about things I love, like my boots, these styling pink boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, these boots and my leather jacket, my red lipstick, and cars. But so, and one thing I say in the song is, the song says I grabbed the keys to my Kia, which may be a hot rod someday.
Ooh.
Yeah, but right now, baby, it's a Kia. So,
Keys to my Kia. That's a song title right there.
yeah, I grabbed
Just
the
like-
keys to my Kia.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it's a country song or maybe it's, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like about like meeting that person, and you're like, man, that's my person. I'm gonna clean it up. But I don't think you necessarily have to do that. But you know, so they say. Okay, here we go. It's just a song. You can say whatever you want in a song. So yeah, this one's just for fun. Well, this morning when I woke up, I put on my favorite boots, grabbed my leather jacket and my red lipstick too. I grabbed the keys to my Kia. Won't be long before I see it. Well, what's a girl to do? Got me walking the line for you. Well, I've had my share of heartaches and I've broken hearts too. I've made some bad mistakes before I fell for you. But my heart's been split wide open. There's nothing I can do but put on my favorite boots and walk the line for you. Oh, I'm walking the line for you. Never thought of something I could do. I put on my favorite boots and I'm walking the line for you. Well, I've been hitting the road with all my time before. I've never met that someone that made me want to stay for more. But my head's been a big mess. Oh, I can't stand these blues. So I'm putting a love to the test and I'm walking the line for you. Oh, I'm walking the line for you. Never thought of something I could do. I put on my favorite boots and I'm walking the line for you. Walking the line for you. Never thought of something I could do. I put on my favorite boots and I'm walking the line for you.
All right. Ashley Heath here in Studio B. Is that one that you wrote like all at once or pretty quickly, or did that one take you a little while?
Yeah, I was just doing my laundry one day during the pandemic, and I was like, I'm just gonna write like a song that's like so straightforwardly what I'm doing, you know, because all the other ones are like pretty abstract, you know, and it's like, oh, I got to take my own meaning, but some people can really be like, the wall was gray and it was a curtain. You know, like I've never been able to write like that. So I was like, it was an exercise. So anyways, that's what I got.
And doing the laundry, walk by the counter, see the key to the Kia, and
Yes!
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's whatever works. And that kind of a stream of consciousness kind of thing, it makes for interesting songs.
Yeah, and it was fun.
Well, I wanted to mention the shows because we've
That's
talking
right.
about lots of other cool stuff.
I
but
know.
Tomorrow night, you're in Black Mountain for the, Park Rhythms Concert Series concert. In fact, I think you're wrapping up their season, I believe, tomorrow evening there at Veterans Park in Black Mountain, right? Mm-hmm. And then, if that's not enough...
And then...
Skyland Fire Department Safety Day on Saturday. You know, that's just, it seems to me, shaping up to be a big deal.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
Lots of things going on there, and it's called Safety Day. They're offering lots of cool stuff for all of the family, in addition to great music.
Yeah, I think they have like a new ladder. They have CPR training. They have like
blood drive, I think, too.
Yes. I'm excited, and I'm also excited to hear Darren Nicholson.
Man, y'all, you know, maybe a duet will come out of this somehow.
Yeah, I have to ask him to play some with me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. His new album is Wander. I played one off the album before that, but the new album is great too, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot of songs off of that. But your album, as we've already established, is still new. And are you beginning work on another one yet, or are you holding off for a little bit, writing songs still?
You know what? In the last 6 months, I haven't really been writing a lot, but I'm hoping to really get back to that. And, you know, I've written some silly stuff. Like I was telling him, I had this new idea, so why would I waste my Martin on you? That's my new, like a Loretta Lynn kind of style thing, but, you know. No, but I want to get a good batch of tunes before I go back in the studio and put something else together. And yeah, I signed to Organic Records.
Right, I was going to ask you about that also.
Yeah, and Crossroads Studios is amazing, and I love it out there. It's a good team of folks, and so I self-produced this album.
Right.
And it's got a mixture of acoustic folk songwriter, but also the more blues, electric driven stuff, you know. So whatever Americana is.
Americana is kind of it's a pretty wide umbrella these days,
Isn't
I think. Yeah. And we're glad for that.
Yeah.
Because that variety is kind of what we're about here. And
yeah, exactly.
And many artists we're finding are embracing, you know, that variety, diversity, whatever you want to call it, you know, and being able to stretch out and explore different sounds and experiment with things. And
yeah.
And I get that air about you, kind of.
Experimenting and just kind of, it's kind of like country, blues, rock, folk, I guess, something like that.
So you're happy at Organic. They're a good bunch of people.
They really are, yeah.
And you self-produced, but I saw where you were working with Clay Miller as your engineer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clay's engineered all 3 of my albums.
Yeah. So y'all are in a groove. You're kind of happy with that.
We are. We're in a groove. And the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm sending I'm sending him a audio of all of my audio from the opening for the Pat Benatar show, and he's gonna level it up, and I might do something with that.
I had forgotten. I'm sorry, I'd forgotten that happened, man. Was that a cool experience? I bet it was.
Oh my gosh, it was cool. I
get some good time hanging with Pat and Neil and everything.
You know what? She came out right before I went on stage, 2 minutes before, and she walked straight up to me and grabbed my hands and looked me right in the eye. And she's little. She's like,
oh yeah,
you know. And I was looking at her, and all I could say was, "Oh my God." And she was just like so sweet, and she was like, "I hope you have a great set." And I was just like, "Ah!" And she was like, and she turned around and walked right back in her room. And I was like, how could I not now?
Come on, girl, let's have a glass of wine together first.
Right, yeah, I was like, how could I not have a great time? There were, it holds about 4,000 people there. I was like, oh my gosh, that'll test you. Mm-hmm. So about halfway through, I was like, woohoo, and then it was done.
Well, it's it seemed like you did, that kind of her speaking to you and saying that, and he kind of calmed you. You don't seem like you were like too freaked out trying to, open for her or anything. Don't feel like you were crushed by the pressure or anything, right? Yeah.
I was both. I mean, if you could be both, I was like, this is a lot. Like, I have to kind of put this somewhere for a minute. But the excitement was more than that. Yeah. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. She sounded, she's 70 years old. She was just.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have audio and video from that, so I'm going to probably put that out at some point.
A live album, that'll work.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
And especially given in that circumstance, that's cool. You're not old enough, but I am. When she first broke out, when the first album came and the first single, I was in high school, I believe, and that song started playing on the radio. I can't remember the first one that came out, but we were all going, "Who is that?"
Who is that?
Because it was this voice, and then we realized there was this huge voice coming out of this little lady
Person.
Yeah, and it was amazing. I mean, she was she was all the rage when I was in high school. I mean, everybody was digging that new lady voice, that new female voice, and rocker, And then we find out that she was classically trained and opera trained and all of this stuff, and she hit these insane notes back then, that she probably doesn't want to do now, but maybe she still could. But it was,
You know what? It was Valentine's Day. I had just woken up. I was sitting at the table and some number I didn't know called. So I was like, I'll let it go. I'm glad my voicemail wasn't full. But anyways, I'm eating breakfast. I go check it, and it's like, "Hi, Ashley. Haven't talked to you in a while. This is Rob. I was just wondering if you and your band would like to come open for Pat Benatar." And I was just like, "Is this a joke?
Are you
pranking? Are you
pranking?
serious?"
Are you pranking me right now?
Yeah, I called him back immediately, and I was so glad it was sent to voicemail because I sent that to everybody. I sent it to my boss. I sent it to my parents.
Yeah.
People were FaceTiming back. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day. You never know how a day's gonna go.
Yeah. Brenda just handed me a note saying Pat Benatar's Heartbreaker. I guess that was the first. Oh, Sean, thank you. Sean handed it to me. I couldn't remember if it was Heartbreaker or Hit Me With Your Best Shot. But anyway, that's awesome. That's a great memory to keep. And
it really was.
And since you've got live material recorded, man, make the most of it.
Yes.